Okay, so now we're going to talk about something that I've done a little bit here and there. Roxy!
She's eating carcass.
She's eating bones of small animals that she found by herself.
And I touched it.
Oh yeah, Rochelle touched it and freaked out. Only in my house, it's like the Wild West in Los Angeles.
We're on Venice. We're in like mountains.
That was annoying. Okay, anyway, back to talking about influencers. She works with them a little bit more than I do. She's collaborated on some pieces with influencers, and so I'll let her kind of talk about what that's like.
I started my business right when a good friend of mine now, Jessie Millay of My White Tea. Hey, Jess.
We'll link her below too, of course. She definitely watches.
She's a doll, and her style is amazing. And I remember connecting with her through a really good friend of mine who was helping me with PR. And I did and it's always important to sit down with them. Like, I've had influencers where we've just discussed what, you know, I wanted them to wear or how to style, and it was just over email, and it just felt very not personable. And so I started my business right when Jessie Millay started her blog, and we sat down, which is important, and met and discussed kind of like my goals with working with her and her goals, and just how she sees my brand that's good for her brand. And we developed this relationship, I would say 2 years later, and you know, it's really helped. She started with 35,000 followers, and now she's at, I believe, like 260,000 followers, which is amazing. And we've grown together, and it's just been great. Like, I don't care about the followers, or, you know, it's just like exposure and how my brand has become trusted with her following. So it's just like, hey, look out this brand that is from LA, small following, but pretty cool. I mean, I think it's cool.
I think it's real cool. I mean, another important thing to think of when you're working with an influencer, because like she was saying, some of it can just be like so tit for tat, like exchange, like they want free stuff and you want exposure. But you also want to, once you've done that, look at how many orders did you get after they posted? How many followers did you get after they posted? Because you don't want to, especially with her stuff, because it's so, like, it's not cheap to make, you know? She can't just, like, give away pieces willy-nilly. So she has to make sure that, like, that exposure is, you know, going into transactions or followers or something that makes producing that piece worth it, because you can't just like give it to everybody.
Exactly. You just don't want to like give free things to everyone and like be like, hey, hope this works. Like, there's a structure that you need to follow in order to get what you want and what they need from you as well. So what came about with this relationship is that Jessie and I did a collaboration, and it's still available, and hopefully we'll do another one, just because the success was great. And it also offered just like Jessie the opportunity to design jewelry that maybe she didn't think about doing, and then I got the opportunity to, you know, just get a different perspective on an idea that I never thought of.
Because you are designing together. So I actually have not done this because I don't feel like I haven't like built a relationship with someone that I feel like it would work, because it is really collaborative.
Like, we give a perspective of how it can be made into jewelry, whereas they just like, I want this.
Like, this is pretty. You're like, that's not physically possible.
Yeah. So we just bring our end, and they bring their design end, and it works. I mean, they're like, thankfully she's cool, and like we both have the same like idea and vibe, and
She had a friend hook her up with Jessie. So a way to make that connection is just message them. Message them being like, hey, I like, explore what you can do for them, not just like, hey, we wear my piece because you have so many followers and I want some of your followers. You have to like lead with something that you can do for them.
Yeah.
It's like give. Don't expect anything back, and just hope that you get something back.
Be very specific on how you want to work with them, and make sure it's like, you don't want a boob shot of the necklace. You want like a full-on ensemble that gives like a vibe. And
gives context to the necklace. Yeah.
Yes. Where that was not cool.
What?
just the full, like, I've gotten many just, like, boob shot and, like,
where the boob is, like, eating the necklace.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, here's a picture of my jewelry, and I swear there's a necklace in here next to the left nipple.
Yeah, it, like, gets lost between, like, the cleavage, and that's not cool.
It's not a problem that we have, actually. I'm just saying, I don't have that problem.
I don't have that problem, but...